Everybody pause right now. We want your money, honey. Though you might think your money funny. Take it and run it, dummy. Take it and run it, dummy. We need your money, sonny. Give us your money, money. All of that money, dummy. It's bought. 100 rooms, 100 rooms. Your daddy's motherfucking tombs. Not you, seriously, not you, maybe you. We order speakers, you play loud music. Come back for more, you'll never use them. They're upside down and badly bruising. Yet you will still buy our design choosing. Though you might think your money funny, take it and run it, dummy. We want your money, honey. Though you might think your money funny, fake it and run it, dummy. We are your company. You are not welcome at the party. We're all your company. You are not welcome at the party. We want your money, honey. Though you might think your money funny, take it and run it, dummy. We need your money, sonny. Give us your money, money. All of that money, dummy, is bought. 100 rooms, 100 goons. Your daddy's motherfucking tombs. Not you, seriously, not you, maybe you. We order speakers, you play loud music. Come back for more, you'll never use them. They're upside down and badly bruising. Yet you will still buy our design choosing. Though you might think your money funny, take it and run it, dummy. We want your money, honey. Though you might think your money funny, fake it and run it, dummy. We are your company. You are not welcome at the party.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the DJ Shit Show. It is Thursday, January 23rd, 2025. And yes. The cat's out of the bag. We finally got him. After all the, what was it? Been not a year, maybe 6 months of speculation. Rumors flying around back and forth. Some people were right, some people were wrong. I know one particular person that was like wrong about a lot of things. Last name rhymes with Spinelli, but that's all right. You know what? We can't always get them right. Last night, I got lots of emails from people or messages showing how, I guess apparently they accidentally leaked out all the specs to dealers, but it went just to regular people. And that's how I was able to get that one. But it wasn't really that much ahead of the game at 1 o'clock. Were you guys up? Who was up? Was anybody up? I was up till like probably 2, 3 a.m. watching. Joe Bunn dropped a video. I watched his. That was great. And then like some other guy I never heard of dropped 2 videos. Like the first things I saw were the unboxing, and then they did like a full showing of them in the room. Like that was before midnight. I saw that, and they were in the EV showroom, and they showed the 80 or the 90. And then the 70, the 18-inch Sup, EV. This is insane. Insane that they did this. Basically, I think this is a. Will you guys shut the fuck up now? I mean, if you think about it, every thread, every single time someone talks about an EV50, there's always that one guy. You might be here going like, well, you can only use those for 80 or less. I'd never take them out to a wedding. Ah. So, to that fucking guy, Evie's like, hey, fuck you. 18 inches. Swing your dick around that one. There's nothing to say now. I haven't heard them. Okay? I'm sure they sound amazing. I like this way the EV50s sound. I love the way the Everse 8 sounds. I owned a pair of EV30s for a while. And if I wasn't a DJ, that would be what I would use. Those are really fun. They sound great. This is crazy. It is crazy that they did. And it's huge. It's 7.5 feet. It's gigantic. We're going to go over the specs. Let's take a look at it. Here it is. If you haven't noticed, if you weren't sure, well, hang on a second. Let me say hi to some people here showing up. I appreciate you guys all being here. Not on my normal day on a Thursday, but nothing was happening yesterday. There was nothing to talk about. I could have done a regular show, but I want to talk about this. How much they cost? I will go over that. Ew, interesting. They went PowerCon. I didn't know they went PowerCon. How do I feel about that? I don't mind PowerCon. I mean, I've never had a speaker unplugged though. I've never had that problem. I usually tape it down. So I've never had like it pop out. The only thing is PowerCons are normally a little bit thicker, right? So it's a little bit harder to wrap up and put in a bag or whatever. What's up, Steve, my boy? Are we finally getting you to the EV family? I'm EV. I love the Everse 8 as my go-to ceremony. I praise that thing up and down. I think that's the best ceremony speaker out there. Not with the 50s. When I got the Maui, I think they're this, I think the Mauis have a little bit of an advantage over the 50s. They were newer. It was a three-way, which by the way, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, I'll go over pricing. What's up, Alex? How we doing, bro? PowerCon connector is great. Plastic box is not. Here's the thing. I knew this. We talked about this. They probably went back and forth. I'm sure there were fights. I'm sure that people took off their shirt and started fighting. I was laughing so hard. I was watching some UFC fight, and it was like this knockout, and they did the pan of the audience, and then just some guy just like some audience guy just ripped his shirt off and just like, just screaming and like slamming it on the ground. Like that emotion is just wild to me. But I'm sure there were some fights. I'm sure there was some, oh yeah, Ron? Yeah, well, I fucked your wife. I'm sure that came out during that meeting. Got a little ugly as they try to go back and forth. Wood or plastic? And really the debate is, do you want it heavy or do you want it light? If you want it light, then we got to go plastic. If you want it heavy, then it's going to be wood. And that's it. And I'm sure they're already preparing for all the bitching about that because wood is good. I like a wood cabinet in my sub. But if this thing gets under, what do they say, it's around 20 hertz, then I think we're all right. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, Brian. I just saw that too. Someone sent me that video. So LD was like, whoa. What you think you're talking about? Don't forget about us. Jawohl. We've got Wiener Schnitzels and we've got new speakers for you. Yeah, we do. You want some chocolates? Would you like some silk stockings and chocolates? Well, we got that as well. Just come over here. Come over to Dusseldorf. We will tell you about our speakers. Yeah. So they're in the game. They just dropped a 21-inch. LD, don't tell me LD doesn't stand for long dick. They just dropped a 21-incher. Let's see. Oh, the game changer. You got to be careful. Oh, boy. The game has changed again. Constantly changed. Yeah, let's see. They had the NAM set up. Yeah, I know. That's for the videos. I don't know. How did Joe get in there? How did he get in there? I gotta get in with him. Easily. Easily. Easily, easily. What's up, Kenny? Thanks for coming here, bro. What's up, Timmy? How we doing? I agree. Do you think now he put a little comment, he put a comment on my video and he called him poop already. I think he called him poop. How dare he? Go listen to him. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But I'm for sure interested. I'm for sure interested. All right, let's show him. Okay. All right, here we go. The new EVs. I said this in my video. I still have issues. Hopefully they explain this. I'm hoping that during the keynote they go, let's talk about these names and make it make sense. What does the 70 and the 90 stand for? Somebody talk to me like I'm an idiot. All right. I know I am one, but I'm proving it. At least I go on live and showcase my idiocy. 67 people here, 11 likes. That is unacceptable. Hey, everybody hit the like button, please. Come on. Come on. I'm doing this for free. All right, the EV70. This is the one I'm the most interested in. 15-inch sub 3-inch voice coil. Now, I have no idea what the fuck a voice coil is, and I asked that at the DJ help desk whenever Rachel sorry, my dog is humping his stuffed animal right next to me, and it's slightly distracting. All right. Well, he's having a good morning. I don't know what a voice coil is, and I had people explain it to me, and I still don't know what it means. So don't even attempt to write it in the chat because it will make no sense to me. So forget it. But um, I thought it had something to do with like, is it going to contribute to like a compression driver? And I don't know, maybe it does. I don't know. Like the thing that was explained to me made no sense. So I'm just as confused, but I guess it's a good thing. So there's a 3-inch one in that one. 8 4.7-inch drivers. Big. That's great. That's the biggest speakers in a column, I believe, right now. Going over 7 inches bigger than the RCF. And by the way, we got a comparison. I'll get a comparison up in just a second. 35 hertz response, 133. Man, that had to be fun testing that in their studio. 120 dispersion by 120 by 25. So again, we get more height. Dolly available. What does that mean? Oh, I wonder if is that the wheels? Are they gonna sell wheels? Because I did see that it has rubber feet on the back, so you could lay it on its, on its side or on the back. And that's what I wonder. Are they gonna have some wheels? Because I will say, that's the one thing I had somebody over here last night. They brought over a DB Technology ES1203. This is a $3,000 speaker. 3,000. Dual 12-inch sub wood cabinet, and then it has the two tops that sort of like you could split them apart and go one on one side and one on the other, and then have a sub. And there were 8 4-inch speakers in there combined. Okay, so I listened to that for the first time. $3,000. But I had the RCF Evox out 12 too. We were just doing comparing. I shot that video, so I'll upload that. But I will say they're very comparable in sound. Out of the two of them, I think the Evox 12 had a little edge, and that's kind of what our consensus was. But it has the wheels in the back, bro. Wheels in the back. It's amazing. Can't beat that. So, yeah, why do you want to go with a 70 when you have Evox 12? I know. I don't know. Because I'm crazy. You're right. That makes no sense. When you already have a 15-inch, why would you go for it? That's what I think. You're right. I think like listening to them at the same time, I'm gonna be like, why? I got this. I already have one of these at the house. I think if you don't have a 15-inch column, and you were holding off and you didn't buy an Evox 12, you don't have a Maui 44, yeah, just stick with what you got. And that's kind of like my thought on it. I'm gonna try to reach out to Sweetwater, see if I can get them to hook a brother up so I can get you guys some gig tested results on this thing. And maybe I'll go for the 90, right? I guess I should. I just don't. I'm not gonna take out. I mean, the other crazy thing is what it weighs. Does it tell you there? Oh, it does tell you. Sub weight 78 pounds for the 18-inch. That is 20 pounds lighter than the Maui. The 18-inch, and then the sub weight on the other one, 60 pounds. That's about what the Evox weighs. Well done. Whole thing about 70, was that 60 plus 20, 70 for the 70, and then 80 plus 20, 100 for the 90. Insane. It's just crazy that they got. I was my whole thing. Remember, I've been talking about this for a couple months now. They're gonna do that 15-inch. You got to keep that weight under. I think they listened. They were listening to me. You're welcome. All right. That was me. But I think that's it. I will say, um, oh, I'm sure. Joe said that the 90s sound absurd. I'm sure. I mean, it's an 18-inch sub, guys. It's gonna be crazy. I mean, what they're telling us too is like with two of those, you should be able to handle a room with 500. Now, I still wouldn't take one of these out and do a prom. No, I wouldn't do that because a gymnasium is like the worst sound ever. It is hard to fill a gymnasium with sound. Have you ever been to a gym where they do like an event? You can't hear shit. They're the worst. So, but and can you? I mean, like some of these bigger venues, you guys go to, some of these ballrooms, 18-inch. I think you're good. I think you're good. This is absolutely insane that they did this. This is absolutely insane. I'm stoked. I'm not excited about the fact that we got to wait all the way to the summer to get our hands on these, but I get it. My question is: are the tops on the 70? Yes, yes, they are. Okay, so here's what's cool. We talked about this when I had Justin on the show last week. What you can do is if you buy the 70, what I'm assuming is that you should be able to buy just the 18 sub separately, and then you can interchange the tops. That is what I saw in the videos last night. Somebody can let me know if I'm wrong or not. Oh, somebody's saying just a smaller arm on the 90s. Okay. But you should be able to move them back and forth, right? You move them back and forth. See, I think that's awesome. That's a budget friendly idea that they came up with there. You don't got to buy them again. Just buy the subs and then you could just switch the tops around. Oh, they're not. They're not charging more for the whites. Why does my chat look so wonky here? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to move that around. They're not charging more for the white. That's a first. Maybe it's because it's not the wood. Oh, let's talk about the prices, and then we'll do this comparison. This is great. I don't know who made this. I found this last night. A couple people were posting this. So all your questions answered here, right here in this little graphic here. I'll move my camera a little bit more so I can read this better. Just hang on tight. There we go. 66. Get me to 40 likes. Let's go, people. All right, here we go. What they have here is a comparison between the Evolve 70, the 90, the Evox 12, the Maui, and the sub, and the Bose 31, 32. So basically what they did, and I agree with this, they put up their direct competitors. So anything under a 15-inch sub, they're like, don't even, no, this isn't the same class. So Evolve 70s are saying, when they're getting their bonuses, light and loud, 8 4.7 drivers, Bluetooth control with true wireless. So, that again, I believe, isn't that going to mean that it's just when you're streaming Bluetooth that if I have Bluetooth streaming into one, it'll automatically stream to the other one. So if you're, doing a permanent install, that's nice. As a DJ, I'd be curious to hear, who's ever used that. I can't think of a scenario where I've done that. Because I know that the Mauis can do that. 133 SPL, 2000 watts, which is interesting because the QSC ones are going 3000. But again, hearing from you guys, a lot of people say like, it's not really a big deal. Wattage is, you want wattage, you want power. That's going to give you loudness, but if they're going 2000, they can hit 133. Yeah, to me it sounds like 3000 isn't really a big difference here. Lots of inputs and outputs on the Evolve. Woofer size 15. Total weight is 78, but as you saw earlier, the sub is only. But here's what's okay. So last night I went on Instagram. If you haven't already, you can follow me there. I saw the MSRP prices, and those were fucking wild. Those were like, what the fuck is that, by the way? What does that mean? Because when I see that and then they go, saving $2,000, what does that mean? I don't get that. Why are you even talking about it? What's the point of that? But right now, the Evolve 70, 2800. They went 200 cheaper than the Evox 12. They went cheaper than the Maui 40. I can't believe they did that. I thought these things were going to be 3,500 a piece. At least I thought they're going to be 3,500 a piece, and it was going to be 7,000 to get a pair. And I was anticipating you guys just losing your shit. I was kind of looking forward to that. You can't really complain about 2,800. Not when the EV50 is, what, 600 less than that? If you get the mixer? I wonder if the prices are going to drop on those. I wonder if the prices are going to drop on the Evox 12s and the Mauis. They have to. You would have to. So the good news for you RCF lovers is that I can't envision a world. I can't envision a world where they would keep their prices where they are. They're going to all have to drop them. This is like disco DJ showing up to the chat and going like, "I'll do everything. I got sound. I got dancing on the cloud. I got photo booth. I got up lights. I got everything for $1,000." And then the rest of us are like, "Shit, we gotta drop our prices." You got to. Hey, RCF, if you're watching, I know you are. Maui, LD, if you're watching. Bose, you're out of the game. 3,300 for the 32 and the sub 2. They can't get away with that anymore. They won't be able to get away with it. They won't be able to. No way. I mean, if they want to stay in the DJ game, but they've been blown out of the DJ game. I'm going on record to say, if you are a DJ, sorry, Chad, cover your ears, bro, but I just you know, it's not what I like. It's not the sound that I like. I got them set up in my living room though. It's my TV speakers now. Living room. They sound fucking great. All right, let's go over to the 90. The 90 was, they were in a room, right? And they're like, what if we did an 18? And everyone kind of scoffs it off, like, get out of here. We can't do an 18. No, seriously, let's do an 18. Why? So these guys will finally shut the fuck up. I want somebody over there to admit that. It's gotta be why they did this. Because whoever it is was sick and tired of seeing everybody going like, well, it's not gonna work. Fuck EV50s. They're not loud enough. Like, not loud enough? How about now? There's just no way. There's no way you can complain. I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see it happening. There's no way to complain. I can't wait to hear him. If you're at NAMM right now, I think the showroom is open, so there's literally people there listening to it right now. Oh, that's what the MSRP stands for. Manufacturer suggested retail price. I see. Look at that all the way over there. What are you doing all the way over there? We'll put you up there. Okay, so that's their price that they suggest. I agree. There's nothing you can say, Nick. Come on, show yourself, bro. I know you're here. Show yourself. They did this to shut you the fuck up. They did it. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. $3,200 for an 18-inch column, and it's under 100 pounds. I'm super impressed, guys. Just on the specs alone. Look, here's the thing. I'm sure it sounds awesome. I'm not worried about it not sounding well. These guys are good at what they do. They're good at it. And I know that you guys out there that are big EV fans, you've got to be super stoked. Right? There's just no way. There's no way. Yeah, I agree. We'll see what his take is on it in just a little bit. I'm sure I'll find out in the comments at some point how he feels about it. 21 would be too far, right? I mean, 21 kind of seems like, no, not for mobile DJs. Not for mobile DJs. I can't imagine taking one of those out. I know, bro, but like the good news is, I mean, they're not the 18 for sure. You know, you're gonna want wheels, I'm guessing, for that one. Wheels and a trailer. If you're a trailer guy, you're set. I think if you're SUV guy like me, the 70 is gonna be great. The Evox 12s have been amazing. I love those speakers. They're the best ones I bought, hands down, so far. I mean, I feel like I have all the headroom. And if you are unsure, I recently uploaded an entire hour long straight, unedited, uncut. I kept my fuck ups in there. Um, DJ set, and I uploaded that. I was a little nerve wracking putting yourself out there. I was a little nervous about that. Um, when you put yourself out there with that thing too. But I was really proud of that set. It sounded good. I thought the mixing was good, and song selections were fun. But here's what's cool. You ready? I didn't put that up there for you guys. I put that up there for my couples. And I booked a couple straight from it. It's only been up for 2 days, right? I've already booked a wedding. What happened was I was doing a Zoom call and I mentioned, hey, tomorrow, it was like the night before. I said, hey, I'm, tomorrow on my YouTube channel, I'm uploading an entire hour of me DJing if you want to watch it. And they were both like really excited about that, super excited about that. And, I was like, oh, okay. So I was gauging that, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can watch and, see what you think. And I got an email this morning, and they're like, "Hey, Aaron, we watched the they might be on right now, but we watched it, and yeah, we'd love to book you." So for those of you guys, if you're not even doing a YouTube channel, like you don't even make content, this might not be a bad idea to at least upload your work, let people see you work. You know. So in that video, thanks, Brian. I think I will. I have there was a really, bro. I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. Um, Always trying to learn. I don't have it all down. I try new things. But it's not perfect, but that's all right. My kind of was like, should I cut that part out? Like, no, leave it in there. Leave it in there. It wasn't. It's not. It's all right to show that. I'm not awesome at this. Still learning. But that was really, really cool to get that sort of like reaction out of them. So, record your stuff. That was just an Insta360 camera I used. I set it up and I just ran it. That was a 3-hour dance set, by the way. So I didn't even get into like about like probably the next 30 minutes after that we started doing hip hop. So I might upload like my hip hop set, which was pretty bitchin'. So I can do that too. But it's not a bad idea, guys. Throw your work. They want to see you. I mean, if you're getting referrals, that's helping, right? But I think if you actually put your work up there, and I had some MC work on there too, because I showed how I started the dance floor by doing like the group photo and whatever. Um, they get to see you on the mic, your confidence, you're not a stooge, and then they get to see, post one, like shoot a lot and find like your good party. Like I specifically picked that because it was a good party. It was a good crowd. They were fun. Don't throw up your empty dance floor. Even if you're mixing well, they don't want to see that. So find one and just keep shooting, shooting, shooting. And then I would say upload to YouTube. You can't monetize it. So, I'd turn it off because of, you're using full tracks and stuff. So, but it won't be a strike on your channel. So don't worry about that. But, anyways, I got comments on that too. They were saying the Evox 12 sounded great. And they do. Guys, they're awesome. They're awesome. They're awesome. But these ones here, the Evolve is they're coming after. And they waited a long time, 5-6 years. What? That we had to wait for these? Well, Ben Stowe was saying that they've been working on these for 3 years. And their whole advertising was like, you were talking and we listened. What do you think? Did they miss anything? As I was watching it, um, you know, okay, actually here, let's talk about this. Because somebody added I snapped this question from Joe Bunn's video. And no shade on this dude, but he said major fail. All their competitors had 15s, and they all went 3-way this year. Eevee didn't. Interesting point. I sort of agree with Kevin because once I started reading the specs, I was a little bit hopeful that they would have put a compression driver in there. And the reason why is you can hear the difference between ones that have it and ones that don't. You could hear the difference in the Maui. The reason why the Maui 28G3 and the 44, I think, excel over the Evox 12s or the J8s is the compression driver. Is you hear those highs at the top just punch through. You get on the microphone, it punches through. QSC, their new KC12, has the compression driver in it. So That was an interesting move on EV not to do it. What they did was they made the speakers bigger, and that's what Michael said here. He said three-way systems have their place in the world, no doubt, but if engineered properly, a two-way system is equally capable of achieving similar SPLs and frequency responses. That is interesting to me. And I'm guessing Michael, this is the guy. I think he's with EV. He was the guy in Joe's video that was showing it. Definitely would encourage you to compare these side by side next time to any similar price system, and we think you'd agree that these are incredible. That's an interesting response because that was my only thought, my only like I thought the only miss when I was seeing these things come out was why wouldn't they go three-way? It feels like the future of columns it was moving in three-way. With the Maui's and then QSC doing it, um, and then for EV not to do it, I would love to know if they were even thinking about it, you know, and if it was like one of those things like we can't get a compression driver in the design, like we can't fit one in there. I don't know how that would be. It would have to be small, like a 1 inch, right? So maybe that was the thing. They're like, well, let's make these neodymium, whatever the fuck they're called. We'll make these bigger, 4.7, and maybe they're able to achieve it. Um, every single one of these. Every time I pull up a comment, sorry. What camera did you use for just the 360? It's this one right here, and it is it's the Insta360 X4. Has a bigger screen on it, and it's got a thread there. And what I did was in my Max booth, I have the selfie stick that has a thread at the bottom, and I just put a screw in my Max booth in one of the open holes, and then I screw in the selfie stick, and I screw that on, and I just go, "Burp," and I lift it up, and then I just shoot the whole thing. You can go about I got almost all 3 hours. Battery did end up dying after about 3 hours, so I couldn't get any more than about 3 hours. But in terms, I have a big SD card in there, so I was able to capture it. But that would be my suggestion on that. And then what you do is they give you software, so there's Insta360 software. So once you plug it into your computer, you see all the files, and that's where you can create, you can create reels or TikToks if you want. And then that one I just kept it 16:9, and then I just kind of moved it where I wanted to show. I wanted to show me. I wanted you guys to see me moving my fingers and doing stuff. But then you could zoom out a little bit and see the crowd. So I wanted you guys to see all that. But yeah, that was the 360. Oh hell yeah, let's go! Bow, 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 bow. My guy right here just became a member. Thank you, bro. If you guys, he's got some of my favorite mixes. Bro, I played your mix in that video. I played your one last time mix in that video. So great editor right there. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Thanks for becoming a member. Hey, yeah, if anybody wants to become a member, that definitely supports the channel and keeps me motivated to keep making videos. And I promise you, I have been. I tried so hard to get these, by the way. I tried so hard. Now, if you'll notice, nobody has them in their house, right? Has there been any video of anybody showing you them at like a gig? I don't think so because from what I heard from the months of me digging and trying, and it's not the deal, it's not the retailer's fault. Their response to me was, we don't have any. If we got them, we give them to you, but we don't got any. They're not giving them to anybody. No one's got them. Like my original plan was I was this close, guys. I was this close to flying out to New Jersey, meeting up with Nick, and we were going to shoot a video with them in a certain retailer's warehouse. And that was the idea pitch. I pitched that idea and they were all for it. And I was stoked as fuck. I was so pumped. I even texted Nick. I'm like, bro, I got him. Let's go. And then they were just, it wasn't their fault, but they're like, we can't get them. So I'm not saying that still isn't going to happen whenever they finally get some actually out and released. I'm assuming that the ones they have at NAMM are, I don't know if they're the real things. They were unboxing them, so they have to be either like their super closest demos they have, or some kind of, it's not a prototype, but they've got to be demos there. But I'm I'm working hard. As soon as they are available, as soon as they start releasing them out to retailers, I promise I'll try to get a hold of them and then shoot some videos, take them out and gig with them. Where can we get that one more time video? One more time. What's the one more time one? One more time. Most of that stuff that you saw on there was either mostly DMS, and then obviously I played Even Steve's banger. Oh man, his his h- that song is worth subscribing to his Patreon alone. Oh man, awesome. Clark just became a member too. Thanks, bro. Bam! Appreciate that, bro. That's huge. That's huge. I really, really appreciate that. You guys super supporting the channel. And then you get to go green chat. You get to be greenies. And then of course, I'll release some content straight for you guys as well. Um okay, here's a question. Hey S, what do you think about TT being banned? I am sure heck happy it's banned and on the app. Oh, TikTok being banned. I thought you meant like the RCF TT series. I like they fucking banned them. Good. Nobody else has to lose $10,000. Oh, the TikTok ban. Well, that was the shortest little upset in this country's history, right? Lots of hissy fits for about 8.5 minutes. It was weird. What? I don't understand. I don't understand government. You know, they're all trying to fuck us. That whole thing was a stunt. I don't know what's going on. I'm not gonna get political. All I'm gonna say was stupid. How about that? I don't like the fact that what they're doing. I don't like the fact that TikTok is spying on us and sending us dummy content, trying to make our kids stupid. All right. Um, I I don't like that. And I think they gave them a warning and they didn't comply. Here's the thing that's funny about it. Um, isn't it interesting how little people gave a shit about that though? I but I mean, we also smoke cigarettes. You go and buy the pack, and it says on there like, "Hey, by the way, this is going to kill you." And you're like, "All right, I'll take two." So that's where we're at. So it's like, well, if you use this app, they're like spying on you. Like, all right, when can I upload it? That's where we're at. No one gives a fuck. And I think like people are like, "Hey, it's bad for you." We don't care. It's fun. Smoking's bad for you. I don't care. I look cool. And you do look cool, by the way. Nothing cooler than Marlon Brando smoking a cigarette, right? You light that thing up. I think that phones have replaced cigarettes, by the way. That's my thing. I was watching an old movie and people sat down at a bench and then they just lit up cigarettes and they were talking. And I was like, oh, this is just their social thing that they were doing. Like, all right, well, while I'm talking in the lull of the conversation, I'll take a drag, right? Or here, you want one? And now our phones are that. But the thing I was most bummed with the ban, it was the CapCut ban. And because I use that to edit. I replaced Final Cut Pro with CapCut because it is just so easy. Like even on the phone. Now the thing that's bummed me out, once I got my new phone, I guess I didn't fully download it when it transferred shit, and now I can't get it back on my phone. So I'm pissed about that because I read that they're not bringing that back until like a US buys it or whatever. Um, so the whole ban thing was it was just funny to me that nobody cared that your privacy. Everyone's always bitching like our privacy, and then they're like, yeah, these guys are like watching you and like I don't care, we don't care. Don't walk across the street, you'll get hit by a car. Yeah, but I want to go. I want to go over there. But I want to. But how? But I want to go. But how do I get there? Well, go up to the crosswalk, and when the light's red. Yeah, but I could just go here. Yeah, but you're gonna get hit by a car. Yeah, yeah, but I want to go across the street. That's That's all you can do. That's all you can do. So it's back. You know, I wasn't worried about it being gone too long. It is back. So it's back if you have it downloaded. What my problem is on my phone is it's showing like the little iCloud arrow thing, like, and it just didn't download. So now I can't get it because it's not in the App Store. So I don't have, but I have the desktop. The desktop version is working again, which is good. Yeah, right now the Evoxes are on sale for 5, and I would potentially do 4,500, but you're not getting the bags. And the only reason why I'm selling those is because I want a white pair. Yeah. Yeah. Did any of you guys get that? This is off topic, but this is a shit show, anyways. How many people? 79s are here. Great. Did any of you guys get that email that like sent you your a picture of your house? So the email came in. I got it like 20 times, but it was like my name, my address, my phone number, and then a picture of my old house. And then the email was like, "You don't know me, but I know you. I know your dark secrets. I know what you do late at night. I see you, you filthy, disgusting animal. I see what you do on the dark web." And I'm reading this like, what the fuck? And like, we've got technology downloaded on your phone that will control your cameras. We got videos of you jerking off. Nice living room, by the way. Nice setup. If you don't want this to get out, we got all your contacts. If you don't want this to get out, then here's our Bitcoin. Yeah, man. You got that too? Yeah, it was my old house. It was like the Google search. I mean, you got to give the AI credit. These scamming emails and texts are getting annoyingly more convincing, right? I feel bad for the dudes out there that actually do that kind of shit, and they're like, "Oh my fuck," like, and sent them whatever it was on fucking Bitcoin. You've got 24 hours to comply, or your mother's gonna see you jerking off. Like, oh my god, you got that one too? Yeah, that was funny. You got it too? Don't lie. Some of y'all were sweating a little bit. You got it? I think that was the data breach that happened, and, they've been relentless. I mean, I've probably gotten at least 10 of those. Do they not keep track of that? Are they not what do they think? Like, they changed the second one that came in, it was the wording was a little bit different. A little bit different, but not much. I wonder if they got I wonder if they got any money out of that. I feel bad. Probably some old boomers were scared, you know? They're like, "Oh my god, what the fuck's a Bitcoin?" $1,500 save your life. Oh, you didn't oh, you got it too? Oh, you guys didn't send them their oh, it's over. It's all over. I was told that I purchased a new MacBook and AirPods. From a scammer email? They told that oh, yeah, I've gotten weird receipts too. Some weird PDF receipts. I've gotten those. Those ones give me I flinch a second, right? And then I'm like, "Oh, this is bullshit." It's how annoying is this? How annoying is all that? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Stop trying to rip me off. I'm tired of it. All right, let's go back to this. The Evox 12s, 90 by 30 dispersion, 120. You'll notice that. That's the biggest difference I noticed in the Evoxes and the other columns I have is the Evoxes definitely feel like point source. That 90 degrees. Once you sort of walk a little bit past them, you could definitely tell. You can feel that. So they stuck. They're pretty consistent with the other three there. And then combo jacks, Bluetooth. Um, the pricing here is huge, though. I can't believe that they're coming in under everybody. I gotta worry about people in other countries watching. How disappointed are they gonna be? The PayPal one. No, I don't think I've got a PayPal one. I've gotten yeah, some of the scams I've gotten were like, "Hey, your receipt from PayPal, thank you for your purchase or whatever," and that gives me a little bit of a jump. Yeah, hello, hello, are you available? And then here's where they fuck up. Still, they're giving you like that European dates, or like the days before the month and then the year, and they'll go like 24, January 2025. And like, scam instantly. Are you available from 12 to 2? Here's the address. Was $500 suffice? I've been asking people asking me like, will you make custom mix for $500? Shut the fuck, leave me alone. How do you get off these lists? My dad got the email, said, you just paid and they leave you. Did he do it? I so to be honest, I was more worried about our dads freaking out over this, you know? The dads that, whatever they're doing, getting this email, they are just freaked the fuck out. Like, I've been caught. It's like the Jinx. Remember when he had the mic on and he walked out? I'm caught. I'm caught. I don't know how do I set up a Bitcoin. I need Elon Musk's help or something. I don't know how I do this shit. Fuck these fucking guys. What are they watching me jerking off for? These fucking guys. All right, paid me done. Then you get one like the next day. Oh yeah, great. I have video of that. Let's take a peek at that. Let's take a peek at that. LD, not to be left out of the chat. They just dropped this video here too. And let's watch this. Tell me what you guys think of this. The sounds on it. It is. Look at that. What are they doing here with this? Where do I want to pause it? Let's pause it right there. Look at that thing. Specs on this guy. Here's what LD says. There we go. Headlining Punch introducing the all-new Icoa Pro Series. We're thrilled to unveil the all-new Icoa Pro. I know some of you guys are using that Icoa. What do they have? It looks like this. So I don't know what Pro means. It doesn't look like to me. This isn't a column, right? It's a top and a sub. Okay, well, let me just keep reading before I say something stupid. For the first time ever, attendees can experience our latest innovation live and up close. The Icoa Pro Series takes performance to the next level. A 12-inch and 15-inch coaxial PA speaker for exceptional clarity. So that's the top. Holy shit. A powerful 21-inch subwoofer designed to bring the bass like never. There you go. There you go. A sleek new design paired with upgraded power and performance. Okay. The Icoa Pro. What was the other ones? They had the 15. I wonder if they'll come in white too. They were doing whites. I was interested in these. The only reason why I don't want to do, honestly, guys, the only reason why I don't want to do a traditional top and sub, it's just I think it's all the cables and stuff. You got to power the top and run them all down. It's not a big deal, but 21-inch sub, Jesus, they're going for it. They are going all in on it. What do you guys think of this one? What do you think of that? Look at that, LD. Icoas look nice. Where's this at? There we go. They make solid traditional boxes. Oh yeah, 12-inch, 15-inch, 21-inch. They fucked up last time by not making the subs in white. What? You could only get the tops in white? I wonder if they're gonna. They probably won't even do that. I don't know if they're going after wedding. The only people that are making the whites, I think, are those that are going after wedding DJs. I rocked a 280-person wedding last weekend with two 12-inch tops and one 18-inch sub. Icoa series, and multiple people comment. Yeah, that's great. 21-inch sub for when you want your balls through. I need those for these schools. So now we're talking 21-inch sub, 15-inch top. I think you can't go wrong. I think that's the move for school dance. I only done one of those, and it was like a middle school dance. I'm not doing school dances. I'm terrified. I'm terrified of those people. They're relentless. You think drunk people are mean. Get a 15-year-old yelling at you. They'll insult you to your soul. They'll be like, "Hey, chinless." What? They'll come right after you. They'll take you take you out by the knees, bro. You'll rethink your whole life when they start insulting you. And then they'll upload it onto their TikTok. And then you're just fucked. Yeah, this is what I would take if I was doing those kind of parties. 21. Yeah, bro. Really? You gotta have some thick skin. And you gotta be dialed the fuck in to what's going on musically. You know, I think what's great though is they're still into the old stuff too. I think that a lot of the stuff that we play would work, but you got to play. I mean, you got to play like an hour of mumble rap. You got to. You just got to. How many speakers do we actually need though? You know what? I will say this as this is fun because last year sucked. Last year we didn't get anything. What came out last year? It was 2024 was the year of the controller. You know, I felt like every 2 weeks there was a new controller coming out. It was this, the Flex, the Rev, the this or that or whatever. It was too much. Um, I'm all about let's make this the year of the speaker. Let's go. Let's go with that. Is anybody there right now? Is anybody actually at the show walking around and watching this and like can give us a little bit of a play by play? I don't know if anybody's out there. Yeah, yes. So I'm doing a daddy daughter dance next 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now. Yeah, you gotta load up on Taylor. By the way, I don't want to get on a little bit of soapbox. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's funny when they don't know how to spell it too. That's my favorite. Um, so is this happening in your part of the country where the daddy daughter dance is like going away and now they're doing like the parent dance instead? It's like just everybody. That bummed me out. I'm not gonna lie. As a dad, I appreciated the fact that there was like this dedicated thing for me and my daughter that we could go do. And I loved being a part of this and looking out and watching all these dads dress up. They were dressing to the nines, they were present, their phones were away. It was like 2 straight hours of attention that the daughters would get from their dads. Now, I'm not saying all dads are like that, but some dads are either busy or they're not really dialed in or whatever. And it was like their moment, right? And the kids, you could tell they were super excited. Now they're doing like anybody can just come to this thing. And what I'm worried about, and that this is the second year, is that it's just going to turn into another thing that mommy has to take the kids to. That worries me. Um, and saddens me a little bit too, because I've taken my daughter to a few of them, and they're really fun. And teaching them is really really fun. This is one of my favorite events. I love doing it. I love playing like "Isn't She Lovely" and the dads and their daughters just dancing on a dance floor, like hugging, and they pick them up or they're in their little princess dresses. It's really sweet. So I hate to see that go away. I know maybe it's not inclusive to everybody, but on the other end, it's it was a special. Fuck it, whatever. Anyways, I was sort of bummed about that. Let's get back on track here. Um, last thing. Um, I'll talk about. Well, no, I already. Oh. Let me say this a little bit. I'll take your questions. So I know. So I get that. I get that too. I understand the trying to keep everyone involved, but I just think that can you do both? Can you still have the version where the dads get to be get to have that day with their daughter? We don't get to do that much. Anyways, I had a really interesting thing happen, and then we'll wrap up. I It's making me rethink something. So I put my prices on my website. I don't know if you guys do that or not. I know that's 50-50. I've talked to DJs, non-DJs, entrepreneurs, whatever. And it goes back and forth on that. Should you put them up or shouldn't you? Right now, mine are up. And I understand that by them being up, I know people will go over to them and immediately look at that and go, he's too expensive, moving on, right? something crazy happened. So, um, I get a request for a Zoom chat, and we're going through it, and we're connecting well. Like the first 5 minutes, I'm really just shooting the shit with them. What's up? How'd you guys meet? Why'd you pick your venue? Get to know them a little bit, and I'm listening. And even he kind of said that he was a poker player, and I was like, oh no way. So we talked about that. So we're vibing, right? It's going great. Well, before I get into the meat of the conversation, which I then pull up a presentation and I walk them through, I always ask them, hey, were you guys able to just take a peek at my prices? I have them on my website. 99% of people say, yep, we've already seen them. And then I move forward. But when I asked this time, they were like, no. Oh, no, we didn't get to take a peek. And one thing that stood out to me was I was like, well, this wedding is at a residence, not a venue. It's at their house or their parents' house or whatever. So I thought, well, I need to disclose this before I get rolling because I'm not sure what our budget is, right? So I told him like, hey, just so you guys know, based on what you're looking for, your starting price would be $24.95. And I could just see like the blood just drain out, drain out of her face, right? And I said, hey, look, um, if I'm out of your budget and this doesn't work, it's all good. Let's just end here. Congratulations. I'm super stoked. I'm not going to try to sell you. You got to stay in your budget. I totally understand that. I don't want this to be a stressful thing for you. But and I said, what do you think? And she was kind of like, well, it is. I was talking to another guy who was charging 1,000 and giving me 10% off. And in my head, I'm like, this is over. Somebody's offering 900. I'm like 3 times the price, 3 times that. So, again, I gave him another out. Like, listen, totally get it. And if that works for you guys and you feel good, go with that. It's gonna be great. I'm happy for you. This was a fun hang. Either way. What do you want to do? And the guy goes, no, I want to keep talking. I like this. Let's keep going. And I was like, well, okay. What about you? And I asked her, and she's like, yeah, all right, let's keep going. So I went through the whole thing. And at the end, I go, all right, so that's the whole deal. Guys, here's the plan. I know where you are. You know where I am. What I'm going to do is it's up to you from here on out. I won't reach out. I won't follow up. You guys talk this over, and please, 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 whatever you do, make it work. Make it feel right. That at the end of the day, you feel good about whatever it is you decide to go. And if you move on from someone else, it's all good. This was fun. You guys are great, right? They said, okay. And I could see the hesitancy. She was like, oh man, like it's going really well. I like you, right? They both kept saying that. Like, I like this guy, right? And so I get off the phone or I get off the Zoom and I tell Amy the story. I'm like, this would be really interesting if I end up booking this couple. Cause I did what is it, 3 or 4 this week, 3 or 4 Zooms. 3 on Monday and 1 on Tuesday. And I said, it'd be really interesting if I ended up booking these guys. The next morning, I get an email from her saying, Aaron, we had a great chat. We want to move forward. Let's go. And I was like super shocked. But here's the thing. Let's make it funny. I called Kevin up and I was like telling him the situation. And I go, so the only thing that worries me is just, I don't know if I want to be the most expensive thing in the room. I don't want to walk in and be like, oh, so here he is. So here's the $3,000 DJ. Can't wait to see this shit, Pop. Can't wait to see the service. Someone drops a glass, breaks on the dance floor. Like, get the fucking DJ to clean it up. He cost us $3,000. My whole night is just worried about that. That's not the case here. It's just where my brain goes to laugh at it, thinking about how it could go wrong. It's just this great story. It just goes to shit because everybody's all like pissed off at me. The dad's like, I can't believe I could have bought her a fucking car, but no, she had to have a DJ. Here's the songs you're playing, and we're going to hear them in a row. And here you go. We're going to hear this and this and this. Oh, I don't have that song. He doesn't have a song. The $3,000 fucking DJ doesn't have the song. Just all night Walking up to the buffet. Wow, look who's having dinner. Huh? That's a lot of potatoes you got on your plate. Jesus Christ. Just all night. All night. Even the other vendors coming up like, I heard you cost 35. I heard you cost $3,000. Oh my God. Like all night, people. Right? It's like when you accidentally tell your friends what you make. It's like Kramer, you know? I don't think I could be friends with you anymore after I know what you make. Just all night. Just all night. Just crack me up, man. Oh my God. So they asked me. I said no. I said no. That'd be so funny, right? Just showing up to your guys' events, just talking shit. I know what song he's playing next. Dancing Queen. How fucking original. Just all night, just getting in this guy's fucking head. We can't hear you back here. Just all night. Oh my God. All right. They asked me. So after they sort of said that the $1,000 DJ was in the mix, um, then they asked me if I would do a discount. And I just said, hey guys, I don't. Um, and people are fine with that. They're just like, just be honest. Look, here's the thing. I was talking to my entrepreneur friend who has a very, very successful business. My advice to you guys, if you don't already, have somebody in your life that is doing what you want to do well, exceptional. Have them in your life because there's nothing that somebody that is successful wants to do more than honestly the right type of people, they want to help you. They love the idea of mentoring or helping. It's out there. So if you're struggling, if you're not sure what's going on, or you're not hitting your financial goals, or you're just like questioning things, I remember when I first started my businesses, there was a entrepreneur meeting that happened downtown Minneapolis, and I went to it. It was at one of the colleges, and basically what they did was they grabbed a whole bunch of millionaires and they sat them at a table and they let us all rotate around. So it was like 10 minutes at each table, and you could just ask that guy or girl whatever you wanted. It was unbelievable. You made these great connections and you're talking. They're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are your problems? What are your struggles? And they would like quickly go around each table and they would be like, what's your biggest issue? And then you would tell them and they would give you a solve. It was the coolest thing. Um, but I was telling him this story. And he's like, the thing that sticks out to me, Aaron, is that one, when you sort of turned off the sales pitch and became more of a person to them, like, hey, I understand where you guys are at. He's like, you won them over instantly because some other people may have heard that and go, yes, but I offer this, 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 and this. And if you go with these guys, well, they're going to show up late or they're not going to do this. And if you're still trying to sell them after they tell you what their budget is, it could be a total turnoff, right? But by sort of going, oh, got you. Hey, look, whatever is best for you guys. Let's go that way. Um, he said that's what kind of I think that's why they ended up booking you was they were realizing this is the person we want to work with who put them first, right? Isn't that nice? If you had that experience, I rarely get that experience, to be honest with you. I don't know if I mean, buying the car is the most frustrating thing in the world. They don't listen to anything you say. They're just trying to get you the keys. I don't know if I shared this story, but when I was trying to get my Pathfinder, this guy was relentless in 100% Mark. That is 100% right. I've said this before. Don't be thirsty. Be mysterious. Squint. Just be like, maybe not. When they ask for discounts, say no. You're not being rude. They asked you, and you are valuing what you do. As soon as you start dropping discounts, then I think they're like, oh, maybe we got what we wanted, but why was he willing to do this for $1,000 cheaper? I won't. I refuse. I don't do discounts. When I go to wedding fairs, I had somebody come up to me and go, so are you doing deals here? And I go, nope. I'm just here. If you like me, let's go. But there's no deal. You get no deal, which is ironic, right? Because all I complain about is I want deals. I don't give any deals. I give no deals. I did a veterans thing once. I'll do that. But other than that, no. Um, fuck. Where the fuck was I talking about? Because I was on a good roll there. Discounts. Anyways. Oh, my entrepreneur. So you win them over with that. So just dial back the salesiness, I think. Pull it back. Just pull it back just a little bit and leave it up to them. Don't fire off 15 emails after they inquire or after you've had your Zoom. I do I do 2 contacts. This is gonna sound crazy to you, but I just booked my 40. I'm at 45 or 46. I think I'm at 47 this year already. Just booked 2 this morning. And got deposits. So don't be salesy. After the Zoom is over, I say, "Hey guys, you got 3 days. I'm holding the date. After that, I gotta let it go, and I'll reach out, let you know your time is up. But if anybody else comes through and hits me up for your date, when they say it, I gotta give it to them." And I'm like, "Great." After the 3 days, if I don't hear from them, I reach out one more time, and then I delete them, and then I move on. Same thing with a lead. A lead comes in, I'll do an initial email right away, and then I'll do a text. And if I don't hear from them, I delete them. Maybe you're like, Aaron, people are busy. Like, that's fine. But for the people that get back to me right away and like are very responsive, and like I had an email come in, and I got back and they got back and I sent them the Zoom link and they signed up, and I was like, that's who I want. People that are like, let's go, let's go, let's go. One other thing that I'm working on right now that might be a game changer is I am working with my buddy here. He's here. He was talking to me about this idea of what AI can do for leads. And as I was saying, like, well, what about this, this, and this? He's like, yeah, 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 yeah. So right now I am working on it. It's not going to come out yet, but it's close. And when it does come out, I will demo this for you guys. I think you're going to lose your minds. It's basically like just kind of like one of those bots that you can put on your website that will literally answer every question for your people. So here's my thought process for that. Thanks, Clark. I appreciate that. I've got people on my website. They're scrolling through, they're looking at stuff, they're perusing, shopping, right? Well, if I get them to fill out a contact form, what happens after that? Well, they leave. Now I got to reach out and now I got to get a hold of them. Now I got to get them back on board. Now I got to get their attention. So my thought is this. I don't want them to leave. I want them to stay on my site, get all the information they need right there, and they don't have to leave. So what information do I want them to have? I want them to know if I'm available. So that's the first thing they're probably going to ask. And I want the thing to show up and be like, bloop. Hey, thanks for stopping by. How'd you find out about us? I want to know if I was referred. Like, oh, Google or this photographer or whatever. Like, hey, awesome. Do you have a date set? Yes, it's July 26th, 2025. Are you available? And then it goes bloop. Unfortunately, Aaron is not available for your event. However, Aaron is not available for your event. Would you like some recommendations? And then I put some recommendations in there and I'd be like, yes, please. And then bloop. And then those guys come up. And then after that, like, hey, thanks for stopping by. Please consider that Aaron does other events, corporate, holiday, rents a photo booth, birthday parties. If anything coming up, feel free to reach out anytime. Out. Right? Or if it's like, bloop, Aaron is available. Where's your venue? We're getting married here. Boop. And it goes, oh, Aaron's worked there many times. He loves working with Brock and Liz. How do you feel about setting up a quick chat to go over things? Yes, I would love to do that. Bloop. Here's the link to do that. Bam. How awesome is that? All on right there. Done. Bam. Done. That's the experience that I want people to have when they come on my website. They got all the information they need. They don't have to worry about it. I think overall, after you have something like that, it has to boop. Boop. It has to every time. I want my bot to boop. I got a boot bop. Beep bop a doop. Um, that's the experience. To be honest, this is the experience that I want. I always try to lead there. Oh, hi, buddy. Sorry, my dog's under my feet. I go, how do I want when I'm shopping for something? The, just tell me, right? And I have collected no information from them if they're not interested. And that's my thing too. I don't want to give you my email address or my phone number so that you are constantly harassing me for the rest of my life. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Well, why? Such a blanket statement. I love that. Evie, get ready. Get ready, Evie. Oh my god. Um, I'm trying to think of what the hate is gonna be for these. I don't know. I don't know what they can do. I'm not just jumping on board, but I gotta tell you, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to hear what these things do. The only discount I offer is paid in full for 5%. You mean like right away if they pay in full? I don't like that. Nothing against you, bro. Here's the thing. I want my money the week of the wedding. I need that big chunk. I want that big chunk so I can spend it. Based on your story, are you rethinking listing your prices? You've got this wedding because that's what yes. Yes. That that is the thing. Fuck you, don't you dare. Ah! um yes. So I know that I'm going to get a lot of leads that lead to nowhere. I'll get ghosted a lot. However, if I get this thing rolling, it might turn more of those. I just feel like if I could get them just on the call, if I could just personally get in front of them, I can win the sale. I not win the sale, but like get them booked, right? Because for me, I'm not selling prices or packages. I'm selling me and moments. I'm selling the way you're gonna feel after it's over. I always tell them, like, how do you, when we first start talking, I go, how do you guys want to feel when it's all said and done? Like, what do you want running through your head? Like, how do you want to feel? You know, I like, do you want to be sweating and smiling? And they're like, yeah. I was like, do you want your friends talking about your wedding months after it's over? And they're like, yeah, we do. I was like, great. That's something I can do for you. And here's how, right? You don't just say it. You tell them, and then I show them reviews that say the exact thing that I'm telling them. There are reviews that have come in that will say, our friends still talk about our wedding. If you get that kind of review, you need to showcase that when you're talking to your clients. Let them highlight your reviews. That's why they're so important to get. Bro, same. It's absolutely to me a free wedding. When I gotta get them, like, God damn it, I already spent this money, right? Oh my god. When they go like, hey Aaron, is it all right if we pay you a year in advance? And I just want to be like, no. I know why they're being responsible. I mean, that's a good move on their part financially. It's a good move on their part, but I want my Venmo packed. I want to open up Venmo and just see an ungodly number, right? And there's nothing better than doing like a triple weekend and you're just like cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And you look at that and you're just like Scrooge McDuck, just like swimming in those coins, like, fuck yeah, man. Right? Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. There's something else here I thought. Not to be negative, but don't most people act off of those AI chat boxes when they pop off? Depends on what it is. If it's like one of those, here's where the mistake is, and this is what I want to not make mine do. I don't want it to show up and go like, "Hey, how can I help you today?" Fuck that. I wanted to say, "Thanks for stopping by. How'd you hear about us?" Like, ask that kind of question, and just go, "Great. Would you like to continue a conversation? I can answer most, if not all, of your questions right here. Yes, I would. Great. When's your date? You know, blah 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 blah. So I'm with you. Like, there's some bots that I will do. There's some bots I appreciate where can I get an actual answer? Or the most frustrating bot is when you. Okay, okay. Let's rant a little bit. I haven't ranted yet. Is there anything more annoying than you type this all out, or you say it in the telephone prompt? You know, what's your full name and whatever. Blah, 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 blah. All right. What's the serial number on the product you're talking? X527 8 B C F. You know, you go through all that and then it reads it back. Did you say F? And they get one wrong and you're like, fuck. D isn't dumbass. F isn't fuck you. You know? And you got to go through. And then they're like, we will now send you over to a representative. And you get on the phone and like, hi, who am I speaking with? You asked me that before. Aaron Strawn. Great. How can we help you today? The doctor's office is the same way. I got to tell 8 different people that I got a rash on my ass. Can we streamline this, please? I walk in. I got to make the appointment. Hi, yes, I'd like to make an appointment. STRAWN. Yes. 1224. Uh-huh. I have a rash on my ass. Who do I see? All right. Tuesday, yes, that works. All right. Boop. Show up to the doctor. Hi. Strawn, STRAWN. 1224. Yeah. I have a rash on my ass. Dr. Jules? Great. This way? Great. Boop. Aaron Strawn? That's me. You walk to the back. You're with the nurse. Can you confirm your birth date? 1224. And what issues are you having today? I have a rash on my fucking ass. Can we just... Who's not talking? Talk to each other. Oh, we can't fix that. We got to send you over here. Huh? You got to go to that clinic. They specialize in ass rash. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. I've also filled out the form. All right, I filled the form out too. Strawn, 1224. Ashy rash. My rash is ashy. My ass is rashy. I just need a cream. I don't have one of those, by the way. I do have one on my foot, though. I got some athlete's foot I cannot fix on my foot. Have I got an ointment yet? Somebody help me, please. The whole waiting room knows what's going on. The secretary. Here's the thing. The person in the front, the phone person, why do they got to know I got an ass rash? They have no medical training. Their training is in Excel. So they're going home going, and don't fucking tell me they're not. They're going home going, this guy came in with this rash on his ass. You wouldn't believe. There's just no way that my ass rash is the topic of conversation in her circle of friends. I know it's in the group chat. Should have seen this guy coming in. Couldn't even sit in a chair. Scratch it. Jesus Christ. Powder everywhere. I've tried Arm & Hammer. Rashy, ashy, assy. Say how about that name? DJ oh, here it is. It already came through. DJ Rashhole. DJ Ash Rash. Oh my God. Don't tell me you guys don't have fun here. All right. I gotta go. 87 people. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know if you guys, if you're watching this on replay, let me know what you think of the new EV. I'm excited. Haven't heard it yet. Haven't touched it yet. Nothing. I'm on it. If any of you got any leads If you can make something happen quicker than I can, then hit my Instagram. Let's see, do I have that here? Yeah, so you guys can see that. I hope this shows up. There it is. That's my Instagram. So jump on that. What did we learn today? We learned today that EV is pretty good at keeping a secret, sort of, right? Cat's out of the bag. I think this thing's gonna sell like hotcakes. I think you guys are gonna love the speaker. I think I'm gonna love it. I'm shocked by the price, the weight. I think they're doing everything right here. I'm excited. I'm legitimately excited. We learned that your pricing on or off the website. I'm gonna seriously rethink that. I might pop it off. And we also knew that if you got an ass rash, everybody in your town's gonna fucking know about it.